Welcome back. Myself Selvakumar, Assistant Professor in ACE, Government College of Engineering, Tanjavur. Now I am going to discuss about the CMIP, Common Management Information Protocol. The topics for in this subject are Common Management Information Protocol, Common Management Information Protocol Structure, Operation Values assigned assigned in the CMIP. So, Common Management Information Protocol. This Common Management Information Protocol is defined for exchanging the management information for the specific services. For this specific service, CMS. Now, I am going to discuss about the organization of the protocol or structure, and also the values assigned for the each services in the CMIP. For example, the get service, set service, and other things. So on, will discussed. So introduction to the Common Management Information Protocol. Introduction to the Common Management Information Protocol. As I already stated, this Common Management Information Protocol is defined for exchanging the management information using the aforementioned service. This aforementioned service means that is the as already discussed in this unit. That is event report service, get service, set service, cancel service, action service. These are that is the aforementioned services. The protocol is defined in terms of the request or reply paradigm offered by the ROS. Offered by the ROS. ROS means Remote Operation Service Element. This CMIP and ROS are jointly combined together in the OSI model for the exchanging of the management informations. The service offered by the ROS are generic for any application using request or reply based interaction communication system. As with the OSI application layer, both ROS and CMIP are specified using the program, that is using the syntax or semantics. Syntax or the semantics to mention the aforementioned services are the abstract syntax notation one, that is the ASN1. This ASN1 is a high level language. This ASN1 is a high level language for specifying the protocol data unit. The notation includes here as likewise C language, such as data types such as integer, boolean, and character strings are there. And the boolean and the character strings are there. This ASN language is almost used in the all the network standard of the telecommunication for specifying the services to which offer the services. Next, Common Management Information Protocol or structure. Here we are going to discuss about the various services described for CMIC are supported in CMIP as follows. That is, are assigning operation values and associated information in the argumenter field for invoke. So already we discussed that the managing system and the manager objects, managing system and the manager objects. Managing systems we call it as the invoker, and the manager objects there is a performer is there. There is a performer there is there. So here we have to give the invoker ID, and the operation value to be get, and whether it is the mentioning the managed or base object class as the managed or base object instance, and operation, what is the specific operation has to be done, right? That is the defining this. Next, defining the result information if valid for the operations. Identify the valid error values as discussed in the previous lectures. So in the previous lecture, we are discussed about the common management information service element errors. There are several errors we discussed there. That errors will be identified whenever the errors means valid error means if the operation request is not satisfied with the manager objects, or the indefinite event will be requested, and other things are also we call it the this have to be discussed, and any associated parameters in order to provide a semantic link between various components of any specific operation. a notation techniques is in the previous slide we discussed that abstract syntax notation one. So for a specific operation to the component, for a specific operation has to be made to the component, notation has to be used. That is a programming high level programming language ASN one is used here. So this is the generic structures for the four protocol data unit or augment as shown figure. That is the operation value, manager or base object class, manager or base object instance, and operation specific. This is the invoke ID to identify the base object. That is the element ID, network element ID. So, for example, the argument for invoking the operations, the for argument for invoking the operation, the result of information, getting the result of information, the error appropriate for each operation are specified. In some cases, multiple response also included. So here see this figure, it is this figure or getting an invoke operation, successful response and error response, and response is rejected, reject a request, response due to the some of the errors. So here, see this here, this invoke ID is given, which is offered in the rows protocols. Linked ID, whether we have to link to some of the elements in the or any other slot uh, in the slot that have to be linked to the main element. That operation value is given, and that argument, what is the argument have to be invoking for the operations. This is a invoking an operation. This is a invoke an operation. Now invoke ID, successful response. If the invoked operation, that is a requested operation for the manager objects, request operation for the manager object is successful, then the result will be give us a successful response to the managing systems. Suppose if the invoked ID or error value is displayed. So error value means already we discussed in the previous lectures. Um, there are several errors are there. That several errors are duplication, invocation, invalid argument value, unrecognized operation, unrecognized or no such event type, processing failure, access denied, no such object class, no such attribute, synchronization not supported, no such invoke identifier, invalid operator. So the for getting the informations from the manager objects. So if the requested object is not satisfy the condition of the manager objects, then it generate an error value. That error parameters also sent to the as error response to the managing systems. So this error problem may be of the three categories. Invoke ID error problem of the three categories. Invoke problem, return result problem, return error problem. This problem values is a reject an error. If it is reject an request or response, whenever this error, this is combined into your three categories. One is the invoke problem, one is the return result problem, another one is the return error problem. So in this invoke problem, what are the problem values is there? Is the duplicate invocation, unrecognized operation in the invoke problem. The error problem values are the duplicate invocation. Duplicate invocation means uh, uh, the same values is repeated without the completing the request of the first operation. Without the completing the request of this operation, the second time the same value is repeated. That is the duplicate invocation. Unrecognized operation. The operation value is not valid for the application using rows. Using rows. That is the unrecognized operations. And another one is the resource limitation. There are no resource available to perform the request operation. The request operation some of the request has been taken to the manager objects. That request operation have the no resource available to perform the request. Next is the return result problem. Return result problems, that is unrecognized invocation. The result is being returned with an invoke ID that does not correspond to an operation in progress. Right? Return response unexpected, no response defined for the operation in questions. Next one is the return error problem. This return error problem is composed of the two types of error. One is the unrecognized error and is the unexpected error. The error value is not valid for the invoked operation. So likewise, that error response will be reported to the managing system from the manager objects. Managing system from the manager objects. So for that requesting the manager objects, this common management information protocol structure is of like this. For first the argument for the invoking the operation, and then they get the results of information error appropriate for each operation specified. Some cases multiple response are included by using the scope parameter, and the specific parameter has to be request has to be received using the filtering techniques. So this can be illustrated with an example: get services and the event report service. Now I'm going to illustrate with this example: get and event services by using the common management information protocol architecture. This get information is defined in terms of the following: get argument, information in the argument field, information in the what are the information to be request, that will be in the argument field, that parameters used for the RO invoke, that is RO means rows, invoke PDU, PDU means protocol data unit. Next, get result. Get result is information in the RO result PDU, list of error values, and the reference link to reply operation for multiple response when required. So for getting the information from the manager objects, for getting the information from the manager objects, these are the terms were used to getting the information from the manager objects of the remote systems. So there's common management information. The parameters of the get argument are parameters for the get argument are base object class, base object class, base object class, base object instance, access control, synchronization, scope, filter, list of attributes identifier to be received. This will be already in the previous lecture we discussed base object class for the getting argument for the different types of service definitions of the CMAC, common management information service requirement. We are discussing this: the base object class, access control, synchronization, scope, and filter. List of the operation value assigned in table as shown. For getting the name of the service, for getting the event report service, the operation value given here is 0. The operation value is given is 0. Here we are giving the value is 0 for event report service. If it is a confirmed event report where the operation value is 1, for multiple response report we are giving 2. For getting the information about the manager objects, the using the 3. So similarly up to the create, delete, and action and cancel get, this information operation value is given at the protocol structure here. Protocol structure here. So let us consider the class of event report. The components of the arguments. The components of the argument field are the manager object class, manager object instance, event time. Event time means when time that the report will be occurred. Event type. What is the type of event to be gather, and event information, whether if it is a circuit packet, that event information have to be administrative status locked or disabled or enabled, likewise has to get it. So similarly by using this CMIP, that all the services have to be get of the manager objects by the managing system. It is offered with the ROS protocol also. It is offered with the ROS protocol also. Remote operation service element protocol and CMIP are combined together to get the information of the remote systems. So and also they getting the information of the scoping by using the scoping parameters. They get the multiple responses. So among the by using the scoping parameter and using a certain condition with the filtering features, the filtering you get a particular object result have to be get it. So okay. Uh, Now, thank you. I hope that you are all get clear idea about the common management information protocol structure and how the protocols works and how the protocols are specified to get the informations from the manager objects to the managing systems. Once again, thank you all.